I'm glad they're getting season 2 of these different anthology style stories, but I better get a sequel to Mega Man or I'm going to riot.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome if this happens to be the first time you're checking out one of my videos. I'm giving my review of Secretlevel. This is the anthology series on Amazon Prime, where it tells these different short stories that are all rooted in the world of certain video game franchises. This just dropped this month. It was kind of broken up into 2 batches. They had about 8 episodes for the first batch, and the remaining 7 episodes just dropped on the 17th. And I'm just going to give you my overall thoughts of the anthology season. This whole anthology was very much touted like it's just a bunch of short stories put together that are all based off of different video game franchises like Pac-Man and Mega Man and Dungeons and Dragons and so on and so forth. What we really got was some of those were set in those worlds, and some of them felt like they were more of like concepts of certain elements of video games, whereas they weren't necessarily based off of one particular franchise. They were more like in the style of that sort of genre of video game. I mean, there's a total of 15 different episodes. They're all under 20 minutes long. Some of them veer towards 20 minutes, some veer incredibly shorter, and some just felt underserved, in my personal opinion. I thought overall the anthology style series was good. I thought some of the takes on certain franchises and characters or genres were interesting and with stuff that we haven't really seen before. Like the Pac-Man episode is one that definitely sticks out to mind, of the concept of this series being taken to its inevitable conclusion. Within that episode, you see being trained or being taught by this small glowing golden orb to try to help it escape from this maze, and it really kind of comes down to that the maze was meant to keep this thing in place, and it kind of turns into like almost like a horror movie to a certain extent, which is interesting when you look at the Pac-Man game itself. In this light, it makes sense why Pac-Man is the villain of his own franchise. I thought that was super unique and interesting and something I hadn't seen before. I believe that there is an actual version of that game coming out. Some of the ones like the Dungeons and Dragons one, which was the very first episode, I thought were really well done. There was a few other ones that weren't really based off of a particular franchise that I thought really stuck out to me, like Exodus, where it was like a father was trying to find his daughter, but traveling at light speed, you move at a particular speed and the rest of the universe doesn't, and it ages a lot quicker than you do. So it was a very expansive tale of a father trying to reunite with his daughter and save his daughter no matter what. I thought that was really well done. There was an Armor Core episode that actually featured Keanu Reeves in the role of the pilot for that episode. I thought that was a fine episode. Like, those particular episodes stood out to me. Other ones, not so much. Like the Outer Worlds one was just kind of like, okay. It was also like really long, and it was just kind of depressing at the end of it. There was like one where it was like, it felt like a Black Ops type episode where they were trying to transport a package, and there were 2 different conflicting sides, and they both viewed themselves as the good guys or not the bad guys. That one just felt like, I'm like, okay, there's nothing really standoutish about it. A lot of them had that sort of ebb and flow. Some of the episodes to me felt very unique and different. Like the Unreal Tournament one was actually kind of unique, and I enjoyed that one. There was one where this king kept trying to conquer this island and kept getting killed and being resurrected, and it was kind of funny. Actually, got a chuckle out of that one. The best one, of my humble opinion, the best one was the Mega Man episode one, where it was, let me break it down. I have a very strong love and appreciation for the Mega Man franchise. I've realized as an adult, some of the older games I suck at still, But I love that goddamn franchise. And when they first advertised as Secret Levels and I saw they were doing an interpretation of Mega Man, I was super hyped. So when the episode hits, it was great. It was actually really well done. And I could see it being its own series. But lo and behold, they just blue-balled you, no pun intended. And you end up getting a tease of it for 9 minutes, and then that's the end of the episode. I'm like, that's bullshit. I'm just straight up, that is bullshit. Because some of those other episodes just, for me personally, fell flat. It was just like, okay, this is cool, but there was like 2 other ones that were kind of better than this. And I'm like, the one really good one, you just blue-balled us, you sons of bitches. So you're getting season 2. I would like to see a season 2 or a secondary episode of the Mega Man one where maybe he goes up against some of the other robot masters. Because you can't do that. That's messed up. And I just had to get that out.
Are you done having your tantrum?
I can see some of these spinning off into their own, like, one season shows that Prime could do if they really decide to kind of explore more of it. There were some that were just like, they were cool. There was like a cool concept. There was like a heist one, which felt very reminiscent of like Guardians of the Galaxy to a certain extent. I thought that worked well for the short runtime that they had. I think that got like 15 minutes or even 20 minutes. Some of them really do work well in the shorter format. Other ones needed more. I mean, just needed a little bit more. And I'm hoping with a season 2, they give us a little bit more. I think overall, the entire telling of these different stories within these different universes, I think works because this is very similar to what they did with Star Wars Vision. That had 2 seasons where they told different unique stories set in the Star Wars universe. This is very much along those lines, and I think it's overall successful. Visually, only a few of them really stood out to be like super unique or stuff that I haven't seen before. Other ones were very much like they were playing in that sandbox of those particular games, but they didn't necessarily do anything super crazy or super new. And the ones that did, rather, just didn't get enough time to shine, or they didn't push it as far as I would hope they would have pushed it. Overall, I think Secret Levels, it's worth a watch. They're, like I said, they're less than 20-minute episodes, and there's 15 of them. You can binge it in half a day. I think some of them stand out really well. Like I said, the Exodus one, the Honor of Kings one, where he was playing against the robotic being or person. I thought that was a unique and interesting one as well. But then there's some that you can skip, like the Outer Worlds one, the Crossfire one you can skip. The Spelunking one, while I like the animation style of that particular one, was just kind of there. It has a nice little message. Yeah, they're very like hit or miss. Some are interesting, some are really good and just don't get enough time to shine. Some are good and they use the time very well. So I would definitely recommend checking out Secret Levels. There's a lot of different unique stories being told. Some of them have different animation styles, so if animation is your thing, I think some of them work pretty well. But there are some that are very samey and some that just are kind of like there. Watch them all. Give me your thoughts of them in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you thought and which ones were your favorite episodes too, and if you would agree that the Mega Man episode was the best one and just didn't get enough time, and hopefully in season 2 they'll actually give it enough time. You can put all that stuff in the comments. That's going to do it for this review of Secret Levels. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below. And thank you so much for checking out this and all of my videos. I really do appreciate it, particularly if you've watched this video or any of the ones recently that I posted. We are inching towards the end of the year, so I'm going to hopefully get a bunch of these videos out for your viewing pleasure. Check them all out. Subscribe to the channel. That would really help me out. You can follow me in most places at DGeekWill. YouTube's gonna kind of pop up some videos here, I'm assuming, to let you know what else you can watch. And you can subscribe. I think my face is like right here or something like that. I'm trying different things too with the video format, so let me know what you think of those too below. And until next time, I will catch you later. See ya.